about modern architecture and cities?
Nothing. Modern architecture is unable to treat, to realize something about cities, at least cities as honestly we may define. What is a city? I don't say that first it's a territory and then construction and then means of communication, terrestrial, mechanics, money, etc. City is a how should I say? It's a sort of a state of being, a manner of having envy. They live between others, so they have communication. Communication may be mute or speaking or retired in yourself, thinking to the others in the city, etc. I don't know if that's clear or sufficient. I mean that a city is first everything that is invisible, and the visible destroys the invisible as it is. Well, modernism. What is modernism? It's a artificialization of life, of the infinite richness of life, for the Greek, no, for the period of bronze. The economist Hayek speaks about that, says that the free market is born 7 millennia ago in the age of bronze, because they invented a technique which is fabricating bronze out of ore and use this foundry, etc. It's a technology, and they divided the village into two parts, the metallurgists and the others who did the rest of it. So that's already a separation, a cruel separation, let us say. Then it was forgotten for years and continued, but in the 19th century, let us say, roughly Henry Ford invented the chain of fabrication, which is considering, not even considering the workers, the people, not even as animals, because animals have sentiments and a sort of dignity, but as imprecise machines that later has been replaced by robots. The organization of the work is the organization of the city later. So they considered that it was a mechanism, and I have no reproach to do to anyone. It's a sort of normal evolution, but now certainly it cracks, and we question about that evolution and try to imagine another, which is possible in the range of possibilities. Who may choose the sacred or the mechanist or any other. Ford and the organization of work has created an artificial society, and the city has been organized follow that, because the industry growth needed that. So they have invented the social housing system, the private capitalist houses that were rot, depriving people, unhuman, etc. Because they were other animals. It's like that. It's not a reproach, it just happened. Now, we lived for 2 centuries these abominations, and if Henry Ford suddenly went to the President of the American Republic saying, I discovered something extraordinary. It's a plateau, 4 wheels, a motor, and a driver thing. That will allow people to go fast into the city and to kill people. How much? They will bargain. And he estimates, several millions. How many millions? The digits are there for the moment. I think that the vehicle killed until the birth of it, until this moment, something like 45 million people. It's no use to organize wars. That is going by itself. And for the moment, every year the road kills 1.5 million people. That should be, he should be condemned for it. And that was possible to foresee. But that's modernism. Modernism is a sort of a technique, a self-organized technique, autist, without any relation with anything else that is the organization of mechanics and the finances. The result is the subprime mortgage disaster, 2008, 9, and now, which is not finished. The result is the unhappiness of citizens. Normally, one citizen is defying in front of the other. They don't want to be linked. They escape from each other. The family exploded also. And more it's a question of a series of units without cohesion. Here we are. I have a very sad example. That was in 2003. There was a drought. It didn't rain on any country, and particularly in France, for months. It was between 30 and 40 degrees high, and that was unbearable in a city because it's not done for that climate. And they calculated, the French people are honest. The other countries never published the digits. They calculated that 15,000 old ladies, let us say, 15,000 fragile people died during 1.5 months, 1 month. Simply not because they didn't drink, because they did not know that it had to be protected like that, but because nobody went to them to see that, and they had no relation. So the history is that in a common staircase anywhere in Paris or other, people that never speak to one another did begin to speak at the entrance door, saying that's a hot climate here, and chatted, and someone said suddenly, the old lady of the 2nd floor, I didn't see her for days, and they all went there and saved her life. You see, that is town planning. All the technical organizations are nuts.